Hi, Kamal. I am wonderful. Hello, everybody. So happy to be on. Finally, we've had quite an adventure with the internet and technology. So I'm like, we are going live anyway.
Going live, yes. So, how are you today? How are you? And I would also love to ask where in the world are you because I know you travel quite a bit. And so, yeah, if you can tell us a bit.
Right now, I am in my living room, my virtual living room. I am in Oman, which is in the Middle East. And I am so excited to have this conversation today. I believe you called it Let's Talk About Money.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, that's exciting, isn't it? Mm.
Yeah. And as you're saying you're in Oman, I'm just tapping into all the money in the Middle East and all the I mean, just the wealth and the riches that are available. How is it growing up? Like, I'm getting, how is it growing up there for you? Would you like to share a bit about your money reality and how it transformed?
Yeah, so I am living here now, but I actually grew up in Algeria and I was brought up in Algeria. So that's a totally different money reality and economic reality. And I have not had quite the economic or money education I would have desired to have in the world. Like many of us, like we go to school, we are taught about so many things that when we grow up, we realize that okay, how am I gonna use the compass to create money now? And because that's what I've learned, like using all the stuff in school, all the things you learn in school, basically, and all the things that you learn in college as well, if you went to college at all. And it is so amazing to me to see how much the world and the reality does not set us up for success with and as money. And it does not give us the support that we as individuals actually require. So there is a lot of, and you may have noticed that money is not really a topic that should be spoken of. And it like maybe just bringing up that word is something that was not allowed in your family. Like I know for me, it wasn't something that we could, like we could, I could bring it up. Let's say I could bring it up with my mom, but I couldn't bring it up with my dad. And they each had different realities with money. So growing up seeing two different people having two different realities with money and not even knowing what's my reality. So now I get to explore the tools of access and use them to my advantage to create what I actually desire and have money support me. Because that's, for me, that's the initial thing. Like, we do not live for the money, but we create a reality where money can support us. That is where you include money in the wealth and the riches of you. So what if that, and you see it, and you mentioned the Middle East, like this is also a part of the world that is very different when you talk about money. And when you talk about money to people that grew up in a place that is known for wealth and riches and money. But let me tell you, like everywhere in the world, the money problems are the same. Whether you grew up in the Middle East or in the US, or like with a slight, or in Europe or in India. And we have slightly differences, like we have slight differences, but we actually have the same charge on money. And I really wonder what would the world be like if we shifted that energy into an energy and a space where we could just talk about money. Like, what if money was not as much, didn't have as much charge, at least for you, whoever you are, wherever you are listening. And I don't know if I answered your question in a way that you decided to, but I'm also curious of how it has been for you with money growing up, and how is it now?
Yeah, I mean it's so much amazing, and I actually would love to bring in the beautiful How to Become Money workbook, which actually has been a great
Yeah.
contribution to my financial reality, because every time I've done it, like the last time I did it was about, I think, like, let's say 3 4 months before, and I can still see the ripple effects in my finances, because
Mm.
just some of the tools that are here in, it's very practical, it's very pragmatic, and like it's sort of no matter how many times you do it, it sort of changes your finances deeply. And I think Gary also says, I don't remember what exactly he says, but how long does he say to do the money workbook to see a completely different financial reality? Like,
So he talks about doing it every 2 weeks for 6 months, and your money reality will change. So if you do not have that book, highly recommended. Get it and do that. What she says.
yeah, and I mean, because and I know not just me, I know so many friends of mine who are in Access, who are
Mhm.
aware of the book, and I see their financial reality also transform, which is so cool, because I'm like, yeah, I was on this How to Become Money workbook with this person, and I see they're creating so much more, and they're, because I think now I'm realizing money is such an essential part of creation as well. Like,
Mhm.
the more ease I have with money, the more ease I do have with creating my life, and the more everything flows, and the more I'm able to sort of really. You're right. It is like having that support in your life, which we weren't allowed to, or had points of views about it that didn't allow it to happen. But it is so much better having money now than not having it. Like, totally.
And yet you having so much more. I love that.
I
I
mean,
love that. And I love also the gratitude in your world for the tools, for the book, and for the energy that is money and the support that money is. And like, what if that's how we interacted with money, with the gratitude of us being there, of us creating it, of us being this invitation for it to come into our lives beyond the computation that we uh, often use to create money. Like, what if that is not what is required to create your life and living in financial reality? What if you could actually create money by your very being, by you being you, by interacting with the energies, by receiving? And that's another word that's not allowed, the R word, the receiving. So I guess you wanted to say something else or ask another question.
yes. I actually, I mean, we'll put the links for all the books below as well, so you know where to get it, and I also want to talk about, this is the How to Become Money workbook, but I know there's an advanced How to Become Money workbook, which I haven't done yet, but yeah, I guess you have.
Yeah, my living room doesn't allow me to show you the book. I need to do it this way. Ah, I disappeared into my living room. Never mind. It's something that has gold. You see it? Now you can see it. It's flipped, but anyway, it says Advanced How to Become Money Workbook, and it's written by the amazing Gary Douglas that I adore so much.
Yeah. So if
Um,
you can just
and
share
you
a little
froze, I
about
don't know.
that. Yeah, I was saying, if you want to, because I haven't
What
done
did
the
you say?
advanced one. I'm saying I haven't done the advanced money workbook yet. I haven't read it even. So if you'd like to maybe talk about that, or for people who have done the money workbook, what does the advanced one have to offer? Yeah.
Yeah, I like the advanced has been one of the books and also classes, because we also do these classes. We also use these books to do series that you can attend. Um, and the advanced how to become money workbook was one of those where I was like, let's leave it for later. Maybe not. And like, oh, I don't have the money for it and all of that. So the energy that you get to create as your life is based on everything that you have set up as a point of view, as alignment and agreement with anything and anyone. And money is related to so many different topics. It is related to Essex. It is related to, I don't know if I'm going to be censored by wherever live we're going, so I'm going to say the word that way. So, I don't know, like social media is an interesting place to be. So it is related to Essex. It's related to receiving. It's related to your body, and it is related to other people, to relationship, to how you receive from others, to how you see others, how you see yourself, and so many things. And this can sound very vague, but at the same time touching various things. And that's what the advanced how to become money workbook invites you to, is that it taps into so many different things and topics that somehow are linked to money and to the creation of your life and living and wealth and riches if you desire it. And we do not have that kind of education. This reality does not offer. I have not seen anywhere where this kind of education is offered except with access books, with access classes, which is something I am so grateful I get to explore, but also I get to facilitate it, and I choose to facilitate it because I see the change in my life, but also in people's lives. Like I do these classes. I'm doing these classes for me, so please come join me. Because it will change your life. It will change your financial reality in a way that I cannot explain. I am just so amazed when we take out just a sentence. Like I'm just gonna open the book just randomly and read a question for you guys and go and play with that. So, oh, that's an interesting one. So what energy, space, and consciousness can I be that would allow me to be the absolute and total failure I truly be? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, Rocket, Buckle, Light Shorts, Boys, Poets, and Beyonds. And that is so funny that this question popped. You see, it is so random, but also not random, because if you are not willing to fail, you will most probably not allow yourself to go to the extent of success. We avoid and defend and prove so much against and for money that when it comes to being totally vulnerable with ourselves and honest and just like present with it, and that's one of the things also that both books invite you to, like that presence and vulnerability with you, to know what's going on in your life, what have you set up as the basis of your life, and what is it that you can institute now. This is an education for you to create the life you actually desire. It is not I would say the classes are not something for the weak because you see how that one sentence just slaps you in the face, and maybe it hasn't, so it doesn't have to be, but certain things bring up certain energies for different people. So that's the beauty of us, and that's the beauty of the tools. And when I use the advanced how to become money, it really demands of me a lot of that presence and that energy, and I always come out of it greater, and my financial reality just changes, I will say, as if by magic. But it's like, yeah, let's be the magic. We already are, so let's have it more.
I would like to share, like, I'm just getting this because this has happened with me in the past few days. So I was sort of like scheduling my events, like a bars class and whatever I want to do this month. And it was so interesting. Every time I started making money the issue, I'm like, okay, I can travel to this city and do this and stuff. And every time I would go to the money, and it would literally like contract or stop like the flow of the creation, because how many times our default is to stress about money, and today I also just relaxed into everything, and I was like, okay, literally, like, if money is not the issue, where would I go and what would I create, and what would I engage with, which I haven't been allowing myself to. So how many of us, and this is such a mind thing that we do. So these books are also great invitation for to get out of that mind chatter or our mind, numbness almost that we go into, and really, and I wonder what would you create if you really had that space of like, money is not the issue anymore, which is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I truly wonder as well. Yeah, I truly wonder what else is available for us. And if you have been in any class in Access lately, we have been talking so much about so many different tools and new tools, where we're talking about personalities, and that is very much what personalities do, and that is what you have set yourself as in this reality when you interact with money. And I love that you went into, okay, if money was not the issue, where would I go? What would I choose? So money is never the issue. Hello. It may seem to be very much, and it may be something that is now controlling your life. It may be something that you just have and you don't have the issue of it. But like, looking at where you are now, where else could you go if you had more money? What planet could we have if we all had more money and received more money and made more money? And where will consciousness be if we all allowed the money to come into our lives as it actually desires to? Because money would love to come to you. Will you open the door? Will you allow it in? Is the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on that note, we start a beautiful 2 book reads and book club with Imin, which is coming up on the 5th of September. We'll put all the details below. This is the How to Become Money workbook and the Advanced How to Become Money workbook. You can come ask your questions. We'll be going in depth, like full on, and like I'm almost
so
getting,
excited for them.
yeah. Yeah, like who's ready to completely change their financial.
Yeah, and you can come and not change too. That's fine. You will change. I would so love to see everyone there. Like, truly join us as we explore these tools and these books, as you said, in depth, and where like there is a space. I truly love these classes, and I keep doing them because it just changes so much in people's worlds and my world, as I said before. And it is not about the right way. You get to explore what works for you, what you have created so far, and what you can actually create for your life and living that I get so excited for. That's me. So I would love to see you guys there. Please come. We would put the links. We start the regular how to become money in 2 days, and then next month I believe we start with the advanced how to become money. So, and the advanced has a prereq for you having done the first one and also having done foundation at any time. So if you have these prereqs, join us for the advanced and join us for the regular one. We will be exploring, and it will be in English. I don't do a lot of classes in English, and I am so honored to do this one in English. And we will have Italian translation, so come join us. We will have Arabic translation also. And how does it get any better? I am so grateful for this conversation, Komal. I'm like, yeah, let's keep going. Can we start the class now?
The books are like ready, and I'm so excited. Yeah.
We're ready.
Yes. Thank you so much, Eileen, and I'll see you soon.
I will see you soon. Bye bye, guys. Thank you.